Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Oscar Guobadia and I am the senior leader at the Brook Place. And I want to officially welcome you to Flames 2022, our international burn conference. And the reason for this invitation is because I want to share with you the things that you'll be expecting on the day. Today's September the 23rd and the 24th, it will be bananas, all right? So we've got four schools of the apostles and the prophets, schools of intercession, schools of mission, and schools of hermeneutics and homiletics. And the reason why we want you to be part of Flames 2022 is that because we have amazing stuff to talk about in all of these schools. For instance, the schools of the apostles and prophets. A lot of you know I've talked a lot about hybrid and streams. Who is a prophet, who is prophetic, who is an apostle, who is apostolic, types of prophet, prophetic expression, prophetic persona, prophetic psychology, the physiology of prophecy. We'll talk about dreams, types of dream, dream interpretation, application, dream, honorific and interpreter of dreams. We'll talk about things like visions and trends and what you call the prophetic technologies. We'll talk about the apostles as well, apostles in the global expansion, apostles between 6 BC and 70 AD, apostles in the Reformation. We'll talk about cessationism and continuationism, the reason why our churches should be apostolic culture, apostolic government, apostolic blueprints. We talk about the current day apostles, the difference between the ascension apostles and the 12 apostles of the Lamb. Then we'll come to school of intercession. We'll talk about types of intercession and types of prayers. Is an intercessor and a prayer warrior, are they the same thing? Who is an intercessor? We'll look at the concept of the watchman and the gatekeeper. We'll talk about what it means to stay on your post. Who is an intercessor really in the global expansion? Should every believer be an intercessor? There is a saying that all prophets are intercessory. Is that really true? What does it mean to war? And what does it mean to navigate the heavens? Yes, things like principalities and powers and rulers of darkness. These are ranks of angels. How do we navigate that? And also, because of you, we'll spend a little time talk about demonology and satanology. So get registered for School of Intercession. How about School of Mission? I love evangelism. Do you know of all the fivefold apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, teachers? The evangelist is the one that is less talked about. I don't know why, but the reason I believe is because we feel like, what's the point of having evangelists? There's no need having, someone travel to nations to do evangelism work. We need to know the ministry of the evangelist. Actually, do you know that John the Beloved in the Bible is called evangelist John? Interesting, right? What is the difference between an evangelist and a missionary? And what is the difference between an evangelist, a missionary, and a pampo? What is the purpose of evangelism in this day and age? How do we reach out to lost souls, even with the innovations of the internet and we have all accesses to everywhere in the world? Who is an evangelist really? I mean, what is mission? A lot of people have a misconception between an apostle and an evangelist. So we're going to ask all these questions. Who is an evangelist? And finally, the school of homiletics and hermeneutics. This sounds very big. I apologize. I'm a theologian by training. So homiletics is your preaching style. Hermeneutics is the art, A-R-T or A-C-T, is actually the doctrine, the art of the doctrine of interpretation. Yeah, Oscar. But yeah, so hermeneutics talks about the interpretation of the Bible. So both hermeneutics and homiletics is under what you call bibliology, the study of the Bible, how to release words, how to interpret the Bible. For instance, a lot of you may not even know that we've understood what you call the systematic grammatical and historical underpinning. What does it mean to interpret the Bible in our dispensation? What is dispensationalism? How do we interpret the Bible in our culture? How does culture play a big role within scripture? What is the method of interpretation, transmission, translation, and how then do we apply what was said to so and so in the Old Testament in this dispensation? For those of you that are preachers, that's what you call the preaching style, the art of delivery. How do you deliver your word? Every book in the Bible or classified information in the Bible has what you call genres. For instance, you have the law, history, poetry, major prophet, and minor prophet. If you read from this book, how do we, bring out revelation from these genres? For instance, in the New Testament, we have the gospel, we have history, we have the Pauline epistle, we have the Jewish epistle, and we have the apocalypse. How do we look at and navigate the text of scripture? Ladies and gentlemen, you want to be part of Flames 2022. All these schools of homiletics and hermeneutics, school of intercession, school of mission, and school of the apostles and prophets. That's a lot more. And you know the truth about this, even though you registered for Flames 2022, I will still teach you 4 hours after Flames of intensive, exhaustive teaching. So hear me, you're going to get these 4 teachings and another 4 hours with me outside of Flames, it will be bananas. So get your ticket now, because all these schools will blow your mind. For those of you gifted in dreams, how do you navigate dream? What is a soulish dream? What is a demonic dream? What is a prophetic dream? How do you navigate mission? What does it mean to travel to the world? Who is a prophet to the nations? Is he an evangelist, or is it an evangelistic prophet or prophetic evangelist? About those of you gifted to unveil the mystery of Scripture, how do you navigate the text of Scripture to know the words in its right phrasing in the Greek form or in its best, finest form? Look at the Vulgate Latin, look at the Septuagint, look at the Volage, and look at the text of the Hebraic text of Scripture. How do we look at the Greek Hellenistic or Hebraic meaning of these words? And ladies and gentlemen, trust me, you want to be part of Flames 2022, because the schools is about to be bananas. Now take this opportunity and register right now, because guess what? This will transform your life forever. Flames 2022, the International Burn Conference.